Hello and welcome to another episode of Johnsequitur. The name of the show is Johnsequitur because we talk about things that seemingly don't tie together. I don't actually know if that's the definition of non sequitur or not. I've been told it before and it doesn't make sense, even when it's told to me. So if you write below John sequitur or non sequitur is this, I'm still going to be like, I don't understand. I'm stupid. Okay, so we're going to talk about how labeling things takes the problem away so you don't have to deal with the problem because it's all part of one group of stuff and therefore it's just all wrong. That stuff in that thing is wrong and it's not your problem. We're going to start with millennials because people will acknowledge that millennials are a problem. Not the things that got them there. They can list the things that got them there. But just in general, because of how they were raised, they are a problem. Now, one thing that we need to consider with millennials is that their parents had access to birth control. The fact that they had access to this birth control means if they were going to have a kid, most of the time they wanted to have that kid, and therefore they paid more attention to them, they nurtured them, they had more information on how to raise them correctly, keep them safe, and get them born. You'll hear people on Facebook complain that kids today aren't tortured enough, basically. They don't want to say it like that, but it's, we used to walk out in the snow, and when it was cold, we went to school, and kids are babied, and blah, 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 and... Like, what does that have to do with a goddamn thing? Like, if a kid gets to stay home because it's 0 degrees outside, what the fuck does that have to do with car manufacturers falling the fuck apart? What does that have to do with gas mileage being bad? What does that have to do with pollution? Or lack thereof because it's made up? What does that have to do with anything? They didn't have to go to school because it was cold, so they're pussies, so therefore everything in the world sucks? Are you fucking stupid? I need to calm down because I'm going to keep this energy up throughout the whole fucking episode. There used to be a concern that when you were talking about politics, you were split into two groups. Democrats, Republicans. Right? Left. Okay. But now, in order to solve this problem, we have the center. I have a problem with all of this. And I actually drew something for everybody. This is as far as my art skills go. If we're going to talk about three categories, left, right, and center, then we have right, left, center. Now let's say this arrow is, what would it be, abortion, I guess? So, pro-life, pro-choice, sort of pro-life, sort of pro-choice, depends on the situation, okay? Except that there's other things in here, in here, in here, and that's just one of the things. So we go to the next thing, taxes. Don't tax the rich. Tax the rich. Tax everybody about the same. And then you got a whole bunch of things here and here. So at this point, maybe you're here and here. So what does that make you? I don't know, because guess what? We got another one. This one is military spending. Lots. None. If we need it. Now you got this over here and here, and plus you're up here, but you're over here too. So what are you? A leftist, centrist, rightist. What the fuck does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the first time that somebody you disagree with says something that you disagree with, you lump them into whatever group you're not in. Therefore, every idea that they ever come up with is now part of that way of thinking. The ideas get lumped into the left, right, or center. The ideas, because they're coming from somebody that disagrees with you. And you know what it is when you attack somebody's person instead of attacking their idea? It's a logical fallacy. Now here's a problem with logical fallacies because, like I said, we're going all over the place here. Back when I started this show in, October of 2016 or whatever it was, I mostly did blah, 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 and then here's today's logical fallacy. Little did I know that I was in the middle of what was pretty much the new way of arguing your way out of something. Logical fallacies. So if I were to tell you exactly what it is to attack somebody's character rather than their idea, which is ad hominem, You attack your opponent's character or personal traits in an attempt to undermine their argument. You're just going to tell me that of course I'm going to use that. That's my way of arguing now. Now we're off topic. I don't even know what we're fucking talking about anymore because we're just arguing back and forth on the way I argue with you. The fuck is going on? This is... So then we lump everybody into different groups, and therefore they're wrong because we're some sort of make-believe thing that we've made up for ourselves, and we have numbers that we found on the internet and read somewhere that proves that we're right. We can't possibly be wrong. How can we be wrong? And then when other people give you information, if you can't dispute it, then it becomes, well, you're not presenting it in a way that makes any sense, so I'm not going to listen to you. We don't want to change. And not only do we not want to change, but we can identify problems, identify people who have the wrong solution, but not identify an actual solution. It's easier to just attack the people whose solutions are wrong, and they're wrong now, right now. Could they be right in the future? I don't know. There was a time when it was not good for a man to wash his hands before helping a woman give birth. It was preposterous. It was so preposterous that the person who thought of it got thrown into a lunatic bin and then was murdered. That happened. Maybe an idea doesn't make sense right now, but maybe right now is what needs adjusted. Everyone knows what's wrong. No one has any solutions. And most would say, fuck people who aren't me, they put themselves in this situation. Now, if you're only worried about people that aren't you, that have nothing to do with you, you're probably a social justice warrior, and that's not necessarily good because you need to work on yourself first. You have got to fix yourself because you're in no position to help anybody else. But to completely blow off all of humankind because they disagree with you, because they have different ideas than you, what kind of fucking person are you?